What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. We've got a great video for you guys today. We're going to talk about why so many Uber drivers are quitting driving right now. Before we jump into today's video, we wanted to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Play Octopus. For those of you that haven't heard of Play Octopus, this is easily the best way to make money as a driver that's available right now. Play Octopus is a company that will send you a tablet for free. It attaches to the back of your headrest, and passengers can play games, different things like trivia, while you're on the ride. This is a great option for those of you that feel like you're maybe not the most extroverted driver out there. Essentially, they can play these games, they make money off the ad revenue, you make money just by driving, just by doing the same thing you're already doing, and on top of that, you're now offering a form of entertainment for your passengers. I think this is something that every driver should be using, especially since Play Octopus covers the cost of the data for the tablet as well as getting it to you. Click the link in the description to find out more information. But again, I'm telling you, if you're not utilizing this, you're making a huge mistake. Alrighty, so things have changed. Things have changed drastically for driving Uber, probably in the last couple of years more than it ever has. Obviously, since 2020, some things got a little shaky in the world, so that made it a lot harder for people to drive in general. But there's a plethora of reasons that people aren't driving anymore. Gas costs going up are obviously one of the bigger reasons. I mean, when you think about it, if you are paying upwards of $5 a gallon, this is a massive cost. Honestly, for me, even when I had to pay as high as $3.50, that was just ridiculous. I preferred my gas under $3, and that's when I think what you make made the most sense. But as gas prices have gone up, a lot of drivers have quit. But one of the bigger parts of that equation is Uber consistently dropping the rates for drivers. So what we make per mile has pretty much gone down year after year after year. Now, that doesn't discount the fact that Uber is still a great way to make side money. And I think that's the way everyone should look at it and utilize it right now. But it's still frustrating for those of us like myself that used to do this full time and rely on the full-time income, when the reality is it just doesn't work out like that anymore. The other part of the equation, something I've talked about a lot on the channel, is the wear and tear in your vehicle. For those of you that know my story, I had a car that I had financed through a dealership. I drove Uber a lot on it for about a year and a half. I put somewhere over 100,000 miles in a year on it. And what that led me to was a car that needed numerous repairs, a lot of them basically not being worth the cost. I think, if I remember correctly, I needed about $4,200 worth of repairs after that year, and that didn't include the transmission light that was going on and off randomly. The mechanic basically told me, he said, look man, at this point, like, if you were my son, I would tell you to just buy a new car. He obviously didn't know I'd financed it and still owed quite a bit of money on it. But what he told me is, he was like, you know, if you're looking at $4,000 of repairs and then the transmission might go out, this is just not worth your time. You need to look into getting a new car. And the issue for me at the time was that I was still making payments on it. So I couldn't just go to a dealership and buy a new car. I couldn't get a used vehicle, which is what I recommend anyone to do for rideshare. Don't buy a new car, buy a used vehicle. New car dealerships won't take on basically that existing, used car dealerships won't take on that existing debt. A new car dealership can play around a lot with rebates and different things to make it work, but all that happens is you're absorbing that old loan into the new loan. So what it looked like for me is I got this brand new Nissan Sentra at the time, and it was like a $25,000 loan payment because it added about $7,000 that I still owed on my other vehicle. So the wear and tear for a full-time driver will destroy your vehicle. And there was a recent study done where they broke down all the long-term costs, gas, repairs, wear and tear, everything, took into account the current rates, the current economy, and everything. And what they broke down was that a lot of drivers are only making $6.20 an hour. Now, I know that's not going to be universal across the board, but something you've got to really think about is if you're, I'm not going to say excited, but you're content with making 15 an hour, you have to understand that is actually far from making 15 an hour when you factor that out over the course of a year and add in all those expenses, taxes, everything else. It's far from 15 an hour. So what do you really got to be making to drive Uber full time? In my opinion, you have to be 25 plus an hour. And even at that point, I'm still not sure it's worth it. Especially in today's economy where so many virtual jobs are being offered, where you can make 20 to 25 an hour just doing simple customer service work from your home. You've got to really think if getting in that car and just destroying it each day is really worth it. So an interesting little study that's done. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure you check out Play Octopus, linked in the description below. This is something that you guys all should be doing, especially because rates have been dropped so much. Just to make that extra amount of money each month is a game changer. And honestly, since the tablet's free, you're going to get more tips just by providing entertainment during the ride. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Stay safe out there more than anything, and stay tuned for more updates.